Can you spot the difference between these two sample pieces? I'll give you a little bit of a hint. Take a look at the middle of both of these pieces. If you'll notice, this first one has some more gaps and holes in between the stitches, whereas the second one has a lot tighter stitches and we don't really have any gaping holes. So to achieve the look of this second piece, all you have to do is just use a simple technique called crocheting in the back bumps of your chain. Now, if you've never heard of back bumps, you're probably looking at me like, what the heck is that? But today we're going to talk about how to crochet in the back bumps and why you want to use this technique when you're crocheting, specifically amigurumi. So first, let's identify the back loops of our chain. I have a chain crocheted here on my hook. When we're identifying the back bumps, first take a look at the front side of your chain. You'll notice the typical V-shaped stitches. You have one loop here and one loop here, which creates that V-like look. Now to identify the back loops, we're going to flip our chain over to the back side, and you'll notice these extra loops, or the third loop, on the back of those two loops on the front, or the back of your chain. These are what we call the back bumps of the chain. So you'll notice all of these little bumps right there on the back of the chain, which is what you will crochet in when a pattern asks you to crochet in the back bumps of a chain. Now, not only is this a useful technique for anything that you crochet, including garments, household items, etc., you're especially going to want to use this technique when crocheting your amigurumi due to its many advantages. Mainly with amigurumi, you do not want to have large gaps or holes in between your stitches that can create little avenues for your stuffing to poke out. It doesn't look professional and it doesn't look clean. So you want to avoid any holes or gaps as much as possible when you're crocheting amigurumi. When you crochet using the back bumps of your chain rather than the two front loops of your chain, you significantly decrease the amount of gaps and holes in between your stitches. Also, when you're crocheting around your foundation chain, it also creates tighter stitches and there creates less stretch when you're crocheting into the chain. So going back to the two sample pieces I showed at the beginning of this video, you can clearly see a huge difference between these two pieces. The first one being the one that we crocheted the traditional way in the chain, the second one being crocheting in the back bump of the chain. You can clearly see how crocheting in the back bump significantly decreases the amount of gaps and creates tighter, more uniform stitches, thus making your amigurumi pieces a lot more clean and professional looking. Now I've showed you what the back bumps of the chain are and their advantages of crocheting in the back bumps. Now I'm going to show you how to actually crochet in the back bumps of your chain. To crochet in the back bumps of your chain, you will first identify the front of your chain, which is the two loops in the front forming the V-like stitch. Turn your chain over, and you can now identify the back bumps here on the back of your chain. So, we are now going to crochet into the back bumps. We are going to crochet a single crochet in the second back bump from our hook. But just a note here, you're going to want to crochet based off what the pattern instructions are, whether that's a half double crochet, crocheting in which back bump. So definitely go based off your pattern, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to start in the second back bump from my hook, and I'm going to crochet a single crochet. So like I said, we're going to turn our chain over here. And we have our second back bump right here. I'm going to insert my hook into the stitch. And definitely make sure you're going to have the two front loops still unworked when you're crocheting in the back loops. So I'm going to go ahead and crochet my single crochet. And as you can see, the 2 front loops of your chain are still unworked. So we'll go ahead and go again. We'll insert our hook into the next back loop, leaving the front 2 loops unworked. We'll crochet our single crochet. And we now have 2 single crochets, and you can see we still have the front of our chain showing here. We'll go ahead and crochet another single crochet in the back bump. And just keep going down our chain just to show you what our edge will look like once we have finished crocheting in our back bumps. Okay, so we have a couple single crochets here. You'll see that we have the top of our single crochet stitches. If you flip this over, you notice that we still have the 2 loops or the V-shaped stitches created in the chain in our foundation chain. So like I said, this is a great technique to have tighter stitches with less holes. And then you have these uniform stitches on the bottom here that you can easily crochet in around your chain, and it just looks so much cleaner and more professional. Well, I hope you found this video and tutorial helpful, and it helps you improve your amigurumi pieces and make them look more clean and professional looking. If you're looking to practice this skill, I do have a few of my crochet patterns that I use this technique in. I use this technique fairly often in all of my amigurumi plant pieces, so I will link down to some patterns below in the description that you can practice this on. So just for your reference, some patterns that I use this technique in are my mini houseplant collection, my mini daisy buddy, and the fall flowers collection. I'll link to all of these patterns down below if you're looking to try out this technique. And just so you know, the mini daisy buddy is a free pattern on my blog. If you're not looking to purchase a pattern right now but just want to try out this technique, definitely head over to try out that pattern. It's also available on my channel. But thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, leave any comments if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to stay up to date on future content and other crochet tutorials to help improve your amigurumi. But I hope you all have a great week, and as always, happy crocheting. Bye everyone.